race week. Silverstone has by far been the most exciting, concerning, competitive battle race that we've had this season. And the reason why I have so much pause in the words I'm using is because a couple of unfortunate events took place this weekend, not just in Formula One that we know with Joe, but also in Formula 2 with Roy. So it's kind of hard to use positive, exciting words when you have very catastrophic type fatal situations that could have been fatal for, if not 2, 3 drivers. Also, when Dennis landing on top of Roy, we don't know how that could have turned out, but we do know that the Halo device has proven to us this past weekend very, very, very valuable. You cannot put a price on life, and the Halo has definitely already paid for itself. I don't care how much money they put into research and development with the Halo. I don't care how many people, aerodynamicists, they hate the Halo. The Halo has proved itself in more than any material that we can find in this universe when it comes to preserving life this weekend. All right. But there are some things that we need to look at. And I think maybe some things maybe that have not gone totally disregarded, but definitely I want to bring attention and a big shout out to George Russell, driving for Mercedes. In my opinion, he chose safe over the race. And because he chose that, I don't want to say that he was penalized, but he definitely was. I don't want to say it wasn't fair because by the rules, given how things played out, they implemented the proper rules. But I just think that it was a situation where he chose to make the right decision, and in making the right decision, it cost him his race. That's the best way I can put it. Making the right decision cost George his race, and he was unable to get that back. And he made the right decision, but it cost him his race. All right, so we're going to look at a couple of things real quick. First, this is the situation we're talking about in Formula One with Joe. A very bad situation. Joe clears the barrier here. And something that happens here after this, now there were a few safety features in place along with the Halo, along with the pits, along with the barricades here got cleared. All right. So although there, and we've seen that stop with Max, which we will get into, that the fence saved spectators, but I would debate to say that in this situation, I think there are some things that Formula One could look at and improve. Joe's car and himself get trapped in this, to me, which would be a death box if we had a similar situation like Grosjean, where his car ignited on fire. There was no way, like Grosjean, for Joe to get out of this car because he was literally pinned between the barricades, the fence, and the car. There was no way for him to escape and get out of the car himself. If this car had caught on fire, I'm not sure that we're waking up this week and really excited about going into another race week. I think potentially we lost a driver, and a rookie at that. He's had a rough rookie season, and that would have been a very horrible situation. I also heard that his dad may have been the first Grand Prix his dad actually watched. I don't know if that's completely true. I did hear that, but just imagine for a parent, had he been watching the first race, supporting his son, and seen his son not make it out. You know, that's just, you can't even empathize with that unless you've been a parent and lost a kid. So I think there's some things for Formula One FIA to look at here that could possibly make this a better situation if this does happen again, that may allow for a driver to make it out. Maybe along the fence line, they put a surface or a structure there that's angled so the car will not land sideways, but land at an angle, allowing the driver to have some headspace in order to get out of the vehicle. I think that's something that they possibly should look at. Okay. So that's the Joe. And then we have another view here. It's a phone view, just giving you the view of the spectators as the car was coming in. And here you can see that, and boom. All right. And it's just, I'll replay it for you and we'll stop it here. But just right there, the car flips up and it's a wrap on that. So that's the phone view. Now, this also happens at Silverstone. And now we know last season, an incident happened between Lewis and Max at Silverstone. And in no way was it anywhere comparable to what has happened to Joe, to even what happened to Roy. All right. And they played that up. Like Red Bull played it up, and I was happy to see Max get out of that car, but just keeping it real, like seeing the car skid on its tires across the gravel, which slowed the car down, although at a high speed as they were coming into that corner, it slowed the car down, and he hit the barricades, no flip. Fortunate that nothing ignited on fire. Even if it did, hopefully he would have had the opportunity to get out because the car was not flipped over like Joe's. It was not pinned like Joe. It was not the same situation like Grosjean. So I think they really played that up. And to know that Joe went through this type of incident and came out the way he did after going to the hospital and all, I mean, I think we'll.
This is the accident.
I'm going to also come right here and show this. I just want to make it clear because a lot of people have this opinion like it was Hamilton to blame for this incident. You can clearly see right there, Max gives the space. Now look where Hamilton's car is. Look where Hamilton, now you see right there, Max comes down. He's coming down in the corner. Lewis's car was already far enough alongside Max there. At that point, he's either going to give him space and not come down on him or back out and let Lewis have the corner because he rightfully pretty much does have so in that position where his car was. But Max comes down, his rear tire gets clipped,
but it was enough.
He gets slipped off into the barrier, skids across the gravel, which slows the car down. I'm not saying it slowed it down a lot. And then he runs into this barrier, which cushions it. And yeah, it was like the G was there. It was there. And I'm really glad that he didn't end up hurt in this situation, that it didn't roll, the car didn't flip. I think this is what we could call a textbook situation where all the safety implementations acted and indeed did preserve the driver, not the car so much. Okay, but we have that. All right. So then we get into what I really want to bring home and send a big shout out to Russell on, and that's choosing safe over the race. All right. Now, as we see right here, Russell gets out of his car. Bro gets out of his car. Now, mind you, there were other drivers in this race that were involved in this incident that limped their cars back to the pits. We saw this. I think Russell could have indeed did the same and made it back because we went under red flag conditions. I believe Russell could have made it back to the pits with his car, got repaired, and still salvaged his ability to be in this race like other drivers had the opportunity to. But he forfeited that. And I'm not sure right at this moment is when it forfeited, but once they got the car on the tow truck, George forfeited that. All right. Now, I commend him for doing that because not many people, as we've seen in other situations with cars on top of drivers' heads, have gotten out to really see about the safety of another driver. All right. And I commend George for doing this. And even more so, it's not like he runs and then thinks about, I got to get back to my car and keep going. No. George is sitting here waving for help to come in. There is Joe's car right there. Marshall's right there. Russell is like, get help, get somebody over here. He doesn't even turn around to get back in his car just yet.
It's a scary move.
Right? I got to commend this dude for that. Because in doing that, he sacrificed his race. Because by now he's trying to talk to the stewards and everybody else, all the authorities that might have the power to grant him the ability to race. By the time he gets there, gets to the pits, he's trying to get to the car. They got the car on the tow truck. At that point, it's a wrap. At that point, it's a wrap. I almost believe it might have been a wrap when he got out of the car. It was a wrap then. So I just really think that George deserves a lot of attention and I don't want to say praise, like not praise, but he needs to be commended for that. He needs to be commended for that because we've seen situations in other drivers that have not done that. sometimes don't even get over the radio to check and see if the other driver is okay. Regardless if it happened right away or back at the pits, did the other driver involved in the incident that is aware that maybe the other driver is out of the race with the car has been injured, did at some point in time they make a call or ask somebody, is the other driver okay? Those are character traits that will either have me support you as a driver or not. I can still observe if you have good skills, good talent, good ability. I might not like your character. And if I don't like your character, I don't rock with you, but I still can commend you for, having good skills and ability. We've seen other drivers do that, have the care and the decency to check on other drivers when in a situation. Hamilton did the same, even at the Silverstone situation with Max. Even though he got down the road, some people don't read because he said he turned on him, which was true. Max turned in on him. He turned down on him. All right. But he still asked if he was okay. He still asked if he's okay. Russell runs over to Joe. Like we've seen several times where it's kind of prevalent, kind of common with Mercedes drivers, it seems, but, not making any. Yeah, it does seem pretty common with that. But hey, I think Russell, big ups to you, bro. It's your home. It was a home race for you as well as Lando and Hamilton, and you weren't able to finish it, but you did the right thing. You did the right thing, bro. So I commend you for that. All right, y'all just build it. You're going to see us next week. Be here for the live quality watch. Be here for finale lap after the race. We already popped the bottle. I don't have the other bottle down here. And the VIP box, I'm going to run the points. Somebody probably is very close again to getting another VIP box. Also, we have the purple collection, which is tier 2 of the VIP program. And you can click below if you want to join the channel, get the perks, have access to videos early, also have member common and custom emojis that you will be able to use, and members get to vote on the bottles that we pop going forward for the show. So there's a lot of other things coming for member perks. So if you want to, you can click that button. You also can subscribe, and also like is free. It doesn't cost you anything. Hit like and or share. All right, just build it. Peace. Thanks for tuning in and watching another video here at Wolfpack Performance. Check out some of my other content on Formula One issues, our topics, and our DIY products on how to customize your vehicle. Don't forget to comment, like, share, and subscribe. See you soon.